I have a rematch here with one of my stream viewers, ShuckleRanchHand, who did defeat me last time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Um, so yeah, here we go. So yeah, you can see the teams there. Both of us are using some pretty uncommon Pokemon that you don't see a whole lot in, OU. And yeah, I lose Typhlosion, he leads with Staraptor. And I am scarred, but apparently so is he. He goes for the Brave Bird right off the bat, outspeeding me. And yeah, that surprised me a lot, and it surprised me even more that it killed me. So not a very good start for me, and I lose my Typhlosion right off the bat. So I go on to Gastrodon, because Gastrodon's pretty bulky. I know I can take a Brave Bird from it and live. So yeah, he goes out in a Lapras, and I know these things like to carry Freeze Dry, which is a pretty cool new move in Generation 6, which actually, instead of being resisted by water, is super effective to water. So I'm X4 weak to Freeze Dry, and thankfully I made a very nice prediction there, actually seeing it coming, and switching into Uxie, which can take it pretty nicely. So I do want to set up Stealth Rocks. A few of his Pokemon are weak to it, including Lapras, and yeah, it's just a good thing to set up, so that's what I do. He ends up going out into his Miltank, which I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Maybe it's because of Fulham's influence, I don't know. Regardless, I am now just going to U-turn because, yeah, it's not a whole lot for me to do against this. He goes for the Body Slam, which is going to do some very minor nuisance damage, as I just go for the U-turn to get away, and I switch out into my Heracross, which is my Megas. Someone in the stream chat wanted me to use it. Its ability isn't that good. Skill Link. I think I probably like Scarf Heracross better than Mega Heracross, but let's go ahead and use it anyway. Plus, it looks a little ridiculous for my liking. I'm not really sure what they're going for with that. It's kind of looks like and look what's in the. Oh my god, it just looks dumb. Oh well. I just go for a close combat, and he doesn't switch. His team is actually very weak to fighting, with the exception of one Pokemon, Nidoking, that resists it. Everything else does not take it very nicely. He goes on to Staraptor, which, even though it isn't weak to fighting, yeah, I would have killed it at that point, so I can start abusing his team with Heracross at my leisure. Regardless, he goes for a Brave Bird, and that's pretty obvious, as I go into Uxie, and I know Uxie's going to die, but at the very least, I can get him to wither himself down even more. Now that I have Stealth Rocks, he's going to, take a ton of damage coming in, and after this Brave Bird to finish off Uxie, he's not going to be able to come back in again safely. So, Uxie's sacrifice, wasn't in vain. Now the Staraptor is in red health, and I can have him just kill himself with my Gastrodon. I do have Recover, so I'm going to let him actually hit me with Brave Bird, and then just recover it all back, and he's going to end up killing himself. He can't really switch out at this point. Because, as I said, he can't switch in unless he has a way to get rid of the rocks, which he apparently does not. So, yeah, he ends up killing himself, and I just, get back healthy, just recover it all off. And Gastrodon is feeling pretty nice, if I don't say so myself. So he goes back into Lapras here, and a Freeze Die is kind of obvious, so I thought he would actually try to, predict my switch. So I end up switching out, not thinking he's going to go for a Freeze Die into Togekiss, which can take most special moves very nicely, and is weak to Ice, though. Either way, he gets a special defense drop, and that's not good, because now I don't really feel comfortable staying in, even though Togekiss still has pretty good special defense. A Freeze Dry obviously would be doing damage at this point, so I end up going out into Heracross again, figuring he's kind of has to go for, he can't risk not going for Freeze Dry here, and not Psychic, so it ends up being a great prediction for me, because once again, he can't switch out, he has nothing to take a close combat on his team, and yeah, he's just going to let Lapras die and go into Typhlosion, who obviously would not be taking a close combat very nicely either. And I'm going to switch out. I don't really want to lose Heracross, being that it is a major weakness for his team. I end up going into my Garchomp, and he goes for the Focus Blast and misses. And another weakness that his team has is Ground, and yeah, bit ashamed to say, this is going to end with a Garchomp sweep. This is what is this? It's a Scarf or a Banded Garchomp. I can't remember which one. Either way, he's not going to be able to outspeed me with anything. So I think it's Scarfed. Yeah, I think it's Scarf Chomp. Either way, yeah, it's going to kill the Nidoking, and his last Pokemon is Sudowoodo, which will also not, even though Sudowoodo does have quite a lot of defense, the stab super effective Earthquake from a Garchomp is enough. Though he does end up doing quite a lot of damage, though, with a Sucker Punch before going out. He ends up getting a crit, but still, it's more damage than I thought he would end up doing with Sudowoodo, being that Sudowoodo isn't really known for its attack stat. Either way, that is you know, a pretty good game, Ranch Hand. Kind of sad to end it in a sweep at the end, but there was some back and forth action going on early, and he wanted me to post it, being that this is the rematch between our first match, and he beat me pretty badly the first time, so yeah. Anyway, the question of the day today is, what is your favorite Pokeball in the game, except for Masterball, because most people would probably just say that. Being that I like bug Pokemon, I would maybe say the Nest Ball, but I'm actually going to go with the Premier Ball, just because I think it looks cool, and I like getting free Premier Balls back in Gen 3. So anyway, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Bye.